Hey, happy Monday. It's Luna the Zen Witch, and I'm here with another tarot unboxing. It has been hotter than camel hump today, so I decided to quit wrestling with my hair and just, you know, put it in a braid. And then, I mean, we are on the verge of the new moon here. We're in moon dark. New moon is tomorrow. And I'm going to shut my Facebook off because people are messaging me and... Okay. I'm selling a lot of masks lately. Anyway, it's been quite a day. I've been losing things right and left. And I just, before I sat down here, once again slammed my toes and probably broke one. I have broken so many toes over the last couple of weeks. No, the last month. You know, the last month feels like it was a couple of weeks because things are going so fast. So at least I got that going for me. I slammed my toes again. So tonight, rather than go into a new deck, one of the newer ones, I'm going back to an old familiar. So I will stop whining now and get on to the deck. So this is an unboxing the classics, and the classic deck is the Barbara Walker Tarot. Instructions and designs by Barbara Walker. Now, whether she did, she did the artwork. It says designs by, so which can sometimes mean that, you know, the conceptual part this person did, but somebody else actually did the illustrations, but she did the artwork for this. And I'm hoping it's in order because I didn't look. We'll find it. Why, yes, it is. Okay, so here's the box. This was probably one of my first 20 decks. I've had this one for a while. There's a couple of cards. There's the Eight of Swords. There is the Queen of Wands, and I can't remember what her name is. Okay, based upon Barbara G. Walker's book, The Secrets of the Tarot, purchased separately. This 78-card tarot deck in full color contains symbolism related to matriarchal beliefs, female sexuality, pagan rites, goddess religions, and Christian adaptations. The 22 major arcana contain traditional names, and the court cards are assigned the names and attributes of ancient deities. Card titles in 5 languages: English, French, German, Italian, and Spanish, complete with 48-page booklet in English. This is U.S. Games. Printed by A.G. Muller for U.S. Games. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. And the copyright is 1986. There's the little white book, as per usual. And I do have this deck blocked. So they give you a face card, and they give you a Barbara Walker Tarot based on The Secrets of the Tarot by Barbara G. Walker. And then there's another one here about Barbara. Born in Philadelphia, a Phi Beta Kappa cum laude graduate of the University of Pennsylvania, Barbara G. Walker has been a newspaper woman, dance teacher, housewife, mother, scholar, author, artist, designer, and a leading authority in the field of knitting. Her 10 books on knitting patterns and design, published between 1968 and 1976, are still considered classics. I'll be damned. 25 years of research into religious symbolism and feminist history, accompanied by a study of graphic symbolism, culminated in publication of her immense Women's Encyclopedia of Myths and Secrets, Harper and Row, 1983, and The Crone, Women of Age, Wisdom, and Power, Harper and Row, 1985. I have both of those, plus the Women's Dictionary of Symbols and Sacred Objects, and the I Ching of the Goddess that she also did artwork for, and The Crone, and a book of women's rituals. So I've got like a full thing by her. An interest in the Tarot evolved from studies of medieval heresies and surviving remnants of goddess worship in Europe's nominally Christian culture. The paintings for the Barbara Walker Tarot combine traditional Tarot themes with the profound meanings of pre-classic mythology. Modern in feeling, the deck reaches back to an older, more balanced world that was deeply influenced by feminine spirituality. The Barbara Walker Tarot thus deliberately taps archetypal figures and significances. The deck is described in more detail in Barbara Walker's book, The Secrets of the Tarot, Origins, History, and Symbolism, Harper Road, 1984, available through U.S. Games. I gotta say, I'm sitting here, my toes are throbbing. And I realized I had read a big chunk of that and didn't hear a thing I was reading. So I'm consciously dialing in again here. This will be interesting. Okay. So her artwork is very flat. That, you know, there's some shading to it, but there's a very what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Almost cartoony, because the colors are very flat and one-dimensional, but the symbolism is what's important here. So we have the Fool, and we have the little doggy jumping at his feet as he's ready to step off. He's holding a flower in his hand, and there's a butterfly. The Magician. And I want to tell you, first of all, look at all the tags in this book. I had this in my bathroom for my slow reading time. I put things that are big, weighty things that you can only take a little bit at a time to digest all the information, and Barbara Walker's one of those. So reading just a little bit, but I keep a thing of sticky tabs in there, and you can see what happens when you start reading through her research. It's eye-opening. And the Women's Encyclopedia of Myths and Secrets is something every woman on the face of this planet should own. And only read that in little bits because you'll get pissed off. Okay, so there's the Magician. And I like that his left hand is up to spirit. You see a lot with the right hand up, but the left hand is the receiving. And that is the classic, with the right hand bringing things down to manifest. Right? Okay, the Papess. Reading Barbara Walker, The Secrets of the Tarot, the Papess is how I first found out about Pope Joan. If you don't know about Pope Joan, Google her. So there is some shading. Her art is stylized. There's certainly some skill there, but you can tell she's not primarily an artist. The Empress. This Empress is not Preggers. There's a horse here and a dove, some lilies. The white and red are signifying fertility. There's the Emperor. His legs are crossed the same way the Hanged Man is. And I mean, you will learn so much. Every one of her major arcana cards that she describes just goes into incredible depth and history. So there's the Pope, not the Hierophant. He's the Pope. So we have the Papess and the Pope, the Lovers. With Cupid. A lot of decks have them just kind of looking up, or the male is looking to the woman, the man's looking to the woman, and the woman is looking up to spirit. This looks like a hand fasting. The Chariot with the symbol for Mercury on it. Justice, look at her. And she's not blindfolded. In fact, there's a big eye above her head. The Hermit. With the caduceus. This is the Wheel of Fortune with the symbol of the four fixed signs in the corners. Top left is Aquarius. Over here is Scorpio, the eagle, and Leo and Taurus. And then we've got the demons kind of going up one side and down the other. I think one is Set and one is Horus or something. I don't quite remember. And there's the Strength card, same hat that the Magician was wearing. So the Strength card is like the Magician. She kicks off the second half of the major arcana. And this is feminine form of strength, of magic and strength, right? Which is loving something into being. There's the Hanged Man, Death, the Reaper of Bones, Temperance. So her imagery is very straightforward, classic tarot, and she gives you all the reasons for everything. The Devil. Now I'm looking at the Devil here, and we don't have people chained. What we do have, it looks like, is people that are just mesmerized. I'm seeing Alpha and Omega here, and getting this sense from that card of these people that are just like obsessed, that they can't think of anything else. So they're not physically chained, they're mentally chained. Interesting. The Tower. Tower of God, or the House of God is what she calls this one. The Star. The Moon is that little flames. The Sun. Two children, twins. Judgment. And the World. Again, with the 4 fixed signs in the corners. Okay. Get my thoughts away from my toes. All right. Ace of Cups. So these have keywords, which you know I love. Ace of Cups, we have a mermaid, and the keyword is love. 2 of Cups is romance. 3 is grace. So the 3 graces, and what is grace? But grace is a freebie. Grace is something that's just given to us as a gift. It's joy. Joy of life. 4 is decline. So I don't know, we've got like Salome doing the dance of the veils here. I'm going to set her aside. 5 of Cups, regret. 6 is childhood. And look at this. I mean, every once in a while it's interesting to kind of get down at the level of a 3-year-old and look at the world from there and look at adults from there, because, yeah. 7 of Cups is dream. The 8 is loss. So we don't see someone here walking away. So, you know, her images aren't strictly tarot, because she talks about feminine spirituality and pagan roots. It's the Faun and the Dryad. What is it? Dryads are trees and naiads are water, right? 9 of Cups is happiness, and 10 is salvation. Then we have the court cards, and whoops. Let's see kind of what she says about court cards, if she does. Actually, let's go to the little white book, where things are apt to be more concise. All right, let's see here. Introduction, let's get through the... Okay, Princess 10. So it doesn't say here in that little white book what the court cards signify. Okay, these are still the greater secrets. And then we see, and look at the book's got, it doesn't have all the cards, but it has most of the cards. I think the court cards or the majors are missing. Something's missing. Okay. And again, she doesn't deal with the court cards like as a group and talk about what cultures they're from. And I'm noticing that I put these in the wrong order, that princess comes first. So we have Elaine and Galahad, which these are from the Arthurian legends. Princess of Cups, you see her there with the Grail and the Cauldron, and there's Galahad reaching out for the Grail. Virginal and Dewi. Dewi. Let's see what it says here. I'm interested in what virginal and Dewi? Virginal. Long before Christianity evolved its paradoxical virgin mother figure, the virgin and mother aspects of the goddess Kali merged in the mother of the gods called Durga the Inaccessible. All right, let me see if I can skim through here. Durga was called virginal because she was inaccessible to males like any animal mother preoccupied with her young. The sexual indifference of the pregnant, breeding, or lactating mammalian female used to be a codified law in primitive human cultures. It was the rule for men to refrain from making sexual advances to any nursing mother, wife or not, until her infant was weaned. The custom still prevails in parts of Asia. Okay, so we're talking about Durga here. So we are not like sticking with a particular culture. And then Celtic Sea King Dewi was not really a name but only a title. From Indo-European Deu, Dewi, Devi, or Deva, a deity. Dewi, there's something about Welsh here. So that answered my question kind of, in that these are not looking at, we're not looking at a particular culture per suit for the court cards. So there's Debbie. Now we have the Ace of Wands, and we've got this woman dancing with the dragon power. The 2 is Alliance. I like that. The 3 is Fate. The red, white, and black. So, I mean, you will get all of this symbolism, deep, deep, deep into all of this symbolism if you read her book. 4 of Wands, success. So not just the marriage card, but success, something coming to fruition, something culminating. I wish my camera would focus farther away or even closer up. Would be really nice. Okay, this is impasse. The 5 of Wands, impasse. I like that image too. It's kind of like they're all pointing their wands at each other and holding each other's wands off, and they're at an impasse. Nobody can move. Glory, 6 of Wands. Challenge is the 7. Look at the moon. And it looks like those are burning candles. They are. They're candles burning at both ends. I'm interested in what that moon is. And did I go ahead and pick up the card that I had set aside? I think I did. Virginal. Oh, for God's sake, I don't know. I don't know. It was... Oh, God. All right, never mind. Now we have the 8 of Wands, fall. So usually we're looking at an inrush of energy, but this is a downfall. Defense. Yes, indeed. Look at those wands. 9 of Wands, and the 10 is oppression. Fell in the pit. Atargatis. This is an ancient goddess. Look at her with the vagina dentata and the all-seeing tatas. Wow. Dagon. Hell, that's her name. And Valraven. I mean, what a cool name, right? Then we have the Ace of Swords, Doom. The 2 is balance, sorrow, seclusion, that's a really good one. Defeat is the 5. The 6 is passage. 7, opposition. The 8 is disillusion. The 9 is cruelty. And the 10 is ruin. So, I mean, you really do see the progression just with the keywords she's chosen. And we have scold, tear, Kali, and Yama. You know, I was going to say it looks like the prince and princess might be one culture and the king and queen another, but that didn't work with Virginal and Debbie. Okay, whatever. Then we have the pentacles. The ace is reward. 2 is change. 3 is work. 4 is avarice. 5, hardship. 6 is charity. 7, failure. That is different, so there are a lot of differences from the standard here. Learning is 8. 9 is accomplishment. Now we finally got the preggers there. 10, protection. Look at this wonderful pentacle web she's weaving. Then we have Nimue and Merlin, Erda and Baal. Okay, so let's take a look at the 7 of Wands here. I'm going to see what that moon is about. A princely juggler of 7 flaming wands struggles to keep them under control while he is menaced from above by a sharp moon sickle hanging from a single hair. Such is the precarious nature of public eminence, which must be maintained by constant vigilance and effort and is always vulnerable to challenge. In the legend of Damocles, doom was suspended over the king's head. The 7 indicates powers and responsibilities similarly threatened. Dynamic equilibrium preserved with effort, skill, and risk. High ambition may take on too much. Okay, now I'm going to look it up in here to see if it says exactly the same thing. No, it says quite a bit more, as could be expected because this is Barbara Hecken Walker. Her scholarship I have always been impressed with. There certainly is research. So she talks about the sword of Damocles, and it's just she just expounds on the symbology even more. Okay, so she quite adequately describes, anything that you want to look at in the image, she's going to describe. So let's ask for a message here. Let's do some shuffling. Shuffle's just like a fat deck of playing cards. It's slightly smaller than a deck of playing cards, actually. But easy to handle, and I appreciate that. I like big cards, you like to see nice big images and things, but when it comes to really working with the deck, it's really nice to be able to handle it well. I'm going to keep shuffling. It wants 5, they're telling me. So one more and then I'll cut shuffle a few times. Okay, wake up, wake up, wake up. Now, may I please have a 3-card message for my viewers where we're at on this new moon. New moon message. All right. The Star, charity, and seclusion. So, the Star is talking about your spirit and your spirit guides and your inspiration and your connection to spirit. And it's the call is there. I'm looking at seclusion here, which is talking about where we're at and that we're, things probably should be locked down again now, but they haven't been for the most part. Even in Ohio, where we really had an aggressive lockdown the first time around that was highly successful, things are starting to take off again, and we're not locking things down because Dr. Amy Acton, who was the head of the Department of Health in Ohio, that was leading all that, quit because she was receiving so many death threats because she was keeping people safe. Anyway, seclusion. So choose this. Those of us that can choose, those of us that understand what's going on and how to mitigate it, are going into seclusion again and only making trips out to go shopping. We've pretty much been like that anyhow, but we're going way, back to that severe level of it. And so while we're in this seclusion, to connect spiritually and connect with our guides, to be actively visualizing and praying. And I mean, I've said this many, many times. So many people are getting pitched into this slower life and this life close to home, that aren't used to it, that are used to a lot of outer distractions. So it's really time, when you're there with yourself, by yourself, to reconnect with yourself and go deep. And Charity in the middle says, here's how you handle anxiety: is you give of your time, you give of your skills, and you give of your talents. And it gets things flowing, particularly if you're not working, if you've got worries. I'm praying for you every day, first of all. You need to know that. But, possibly just going out and giving your skills and your gifts. And I'm talking about seclusion. You can't just go out. You can't just go out. But whatever you can do. A lot of people are cleaning out their houses now, and places are accepting donations again. So charity work, or just spreading around whatever good fortune you have, is a very good thing. Also talking about reaching out to charities if you are not fortunate enough to be working, and if your pittance of a stimulus check is gone. We really can't count on our government to do something for us at this point. But there are other resources. There are food banks. Please reach out if you need help. Please do. So yeah, time to really connect. And for this new moon tomorrow, I think I will probably put up a chart reading for the lunation. But during this moon dark, maybe spend some time in seclusion, connecting, light a candle, get in touch with yourself, get in touch with your feelings, process some things through. Okay? So, that is the Barbara Walker Tarot. It's well worth having. I would get the big book with it too, if you are interested in knowing what she's building this on. And like I said, the scholarship is fucking impeccable and eye-opening every step of the way. So yeah, go for it. US Games, pretty sure still in print. You know what, I didn't look though. Let me see here. We'll find out real fast. Yes. Ooh. Okay, there's a tiny tarot available from Magic Planet. You can get some used ones in a tin. I'm seeing Barbara Walker in a tin, that you can get for under $20. You can get Secrets of the Tarot book used on A Libris for $65. We've got the deck and the book up on Etsy for $250. And I see her on Amazon, but it's the French edition. So perhaps it isn't so easy to get a hold of this. Ooh, and I see a copy of her book for $467. So hey there, I think you can get her in a tin. Let's see. Yes, Barbara Walker Tarot in a tin. It's $14. You still can get the deck, so that's good to know. But if you want the book, ouchie mouchie zigazouchies, go to A Libris and grab that $65 copy before it's gone. Again, I go through these things and I pull a deck out, and then I realize that this collection I have, I've been going at it for a while, and I've got some things that are starting to become rare. So there you go, unboxing the classics. Thanks for liking and subscribing, and thank you for donating too if you have donated. I will see you on Wednesday for a live stream at 8:30, doing oracle readings, or just doing readings for people. I don't know what deck I'll be using then. Friday, another oracle unboxing, and tomorrow too, I think I'll, Monday or today, the day that you're watching this, watch for another video. I'll shoot a new moon video. All right, take care, you guys. Wear your masks, wash your hands. Black Lives Matter. Indigenous Lives Matter. Defund the police. Say your prayers. Stay safe. Love you. Blessed be. This is the Zen Witch. Bye-bye.